who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. Thank you very much for tuning into my live show. I will be answering questions pertaining to the subject of Sasquatch. So, my in case you didn't see, so I put up a video yesterday. It was the Sasquatch Odyssey interview of mine. I think Brian from Sasquatch Odyssey is a very talented interviewer, and I love what he brings to the topic of Sasquatch slash Bigfoot. So I'll be doing his. He'll have us his Tuesday. He'll be Big Talk Tuesday. So probably for a long time. I got 8 weeks of content for him, and I think I'm gonna have another eight weeks right after. So I'm really excited to have him on board. Expeditions are gonna be amazing this year. I'm so excited about them. My spots are all negotiated. I got a couple more things to do with that, but so expeditions are going amazing. I'm expecting it's such a fantastic year, greatly because of this. This I talk about a lot, and I'm just so proud of this. Sasquatch put its hands on this. Sasquatch balanced this on top of four other beautiful rocks like that and left it for us on a day that apples were taken, tons of live interactions, tons of calls to us. So I'm really, really, really excited. So last year I did it. I gave a deadline. I said 4 years until the discovery's done. So it's 3 years and counting. And I'll tell you, people, I am excited. I see stuff. I hear stuff. I'm working with such incredible people. I mean, half of it with Survivor Man, and I worked with the great late mentor and father figure to me, John Bitternagel, and Survivor Man. So things are amazing. So still no questions precipitating here. That's unusual. In 20 minutes, there'll be more questions than I could possibly answer. Hopefully the sound and everything's good. I see lots of people are jumping on board. What else is going on? So, there we go. There's Andy. Sounds good, everybody. I hope. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So, yeah, we're talking about Sasquatch, Bigfoot. So, one exciting new addition I'll talk about is, so this is the Patterson female. This is the track from the famous Patterson female, we call her, I guess. And it's very exciting because we are having incredible interactions with my Patterson female, but I don't call her a Patterson female, I'll call her Jane. And there's really nice footage of her. She's video 4, and her track is a little bit smaller than this, actually, just a little bit. So this is a good solid 15 inches. Jane, she's just a little bit smaller, so she's not quite as big as we call her Patty, which is unusual. You wouldn't expect that because she's north of California. And when things go north, they get bigger, but Jane is just simply not as big. And doesn't that say something? That says something. What does it say? Maybe Jane's a little small, or maybe Patty was unusually large for a female. So it'd be nice if we had some data to do some major comparisons to, but the truth is we just don't right now. We need data from at least probably 100 females to even hope to start to be able to make some really impressive deductions. But that's not going to happen for a long time. Hi from Georgia. Do you think grizzlies try to avoid Sasquatch? I absolutely know grizzly bears and black bears avoid Sasquatch. I actually believe that a lot of bear attacks don't happen because bears mistake people for Sasquatch. Does that make sense? A bear will be like, I'm not sure, that might be a Sasquatch. I'm staying the hell away from them. Because, and if bears don't know, they're going to learn to stay away from Sasquatch. But as a whole, I'll tell you this, my research area, we'll drive in there, we'll go into the area, and you'll see bear scat bears, black bears, grizzly bears, all over the place. As soon as you get into the area that I'm in, where the tree breaks and the Sasquatch are interacting with us, the bear sign is like, only one time ever have ever seen a bear claw mark in Sasquatch habitat, and that's in my documentary. So, but good question, right? Sounds great. Thank you, Phil. Hey, Phil. Thanks for tuning in today. Have you been around, Phil? So I got your text today too, Phil. I'll get back to you on that. Todd, can you share the footage that led up to those photos of Jake, etc.? Share the footage. There isn't footage that led up to. People always ask me that question. I don't know what you mean. I literally took my freaking camera It was a Canon camera. I've talked about this. I'll talk about it one more time quickly. Has a stupid little battery in it. I can't change that battery out. It was a Canon 60D. The battery lasts maybe an hour in total, if I'm lucky. If I change the battery out, it's loud, clicking, popping sounds, snapping sounds. So I need to keep that battery in. I'll have an hour of footage. So I move towards Jake, and if you want to see what led up to it, you know what you're going to see? You're going to see a camera in the dirt. That's what led up to it. In the dirt, crawling along, pop up my ghillie suit, camera goes up, Jake is there, get my footage, turn it off, down into the ghillie suit again, and I keep moving. So that's it. That's all that happened. And it's, you know what, guys? I mean, people don't understand that. I'm not like what I did. It was purposeful. It was by design. It took me 20 failures to have that one success. So I had a plan and I stuck to it, and it worked out extremely well. I have, 6 different videos of Jake over a 2-hour period. I'm extremely pleased with that. And hey, you want to be critical? Cool. Can I see your Sasquatch footage? Oh, you don't have any. Go get some, and then we'll start talking. Because people love to complain. They love to criticize me. That's fine. Cool. Can I see your Sasquatch footage? And then they give me that blank stare. What do you mean? Well, if it's so easy, you go do it. And I get that silent, stunned look. Yeah, it was a bitch to get it. It was hell. I went to hell and back. I failed so many times. It's ridiculous. It was, my whole life was consumed to do this. So I look back at it and I am so impressed. I'm so happy with it. And again, I don't know, the criticism is just, it's preposterous. So say hello to Jenda Wag, my beautiful Brazilian wife. I hope I pronounced that right. Jenda Wag. Sorry, I'm probably not great at pronouncing those kind of things. But hi, from Brazil. I love Brazil. Brazil's awesome. I studied jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So be a Sasquatch supporter, subscribe to Sylvanic Bigfoot, and receive a wealth of wilderness. That's true. Do subscribe. So it is wildlife knowledge. I need to do people. That's a good criticism I really like, because I should film more bears and more wolves. I'd love that. I never make it my focus though, guys. I'm out there on an expedition with people, and even people that love wolves aren't there for the wolves. They're there for the Sasquatch stuff, right? So it's just how it goes. And I keep my focus, but we'll see how it goes. Todd, hope all is well. Thank you, Will Carr. Everything is excellent. Hi, Todd. Hope all is well. Great stuff. When is the new documentary coming out? Oh my God, there's the question everybody keeps asking me. Looks like I just made a deal for a new documentary in the next 3 months. You're going to have a place to go get it. Oh yes, I have a deal. Woo-hoo-hoo. Y'all didn't know that. I have to get paid to live. Weird, right? I don't just go into the grocery store and go, hey, I'm a Sasquatch researcher. Can I have food to feed my family? I don't go pay my power bill and call the power bill. Hey, power guys, I get free internet. I get free power, right? I do Sasquatch research. Nope. So the cameras that I wreck, the equipment, the pain I go through. So got a deal. And it's really like, I probably shouldn't be talking about it, but I love being transparent. I'm so happy with this deal. This is like, we're talking, guys, like a documentary every 8 months now. That's the deal we're working on now. I just gotta, I gotta make a living. And I love the donations. Donations help so much, but the equipment and research is so expensive, guys. The research they pay for gorillas, oh my God, it's not enough. And they pay millions of dollars for research on the gorillas. And it's all so important and necessary. And I don't, to say I work for 1/20th of that is an understatement. 1/100th of what they do for gorilla research is a tremendous understatement. But we're doing great, and I'm super excited to make that announcement. I pretty much, I shouldn't be saying this, but end of April. So yeah, I think 3 months. There'll be a place for it to be played. I would expect at the latest 4 months from now. You guys should be stoked, because I've been getting this question for 4 years. People have been harking on me for this. I mean, that's got to be 2018, yeah, 4 years. When's the next one coming out? When's the next one coming out? So, and the answer is 4 months, guys. Boom, boom. Is that exciting? New Bigfoot footage. Woo! Everywhere. So, and it's new. I have new Sasquatch footage. I'm excited to even go back into it, start the post-production on it. Because I filmed this Sasquatch footage I'm going to put in this documentary. Gosh, I filmed it probably 2.5, 3 years ago. I literally filmed it, and it's still in my camera. I haven't even reviewed it. It's crazy, right? My life has been absolutely insanity. So, Filthy McNasty 75. Hello. Will you be coming to the States to do any more Sasquatch talks and seminars? I'd love that. I would really love that. Yeah, I would love that. I don't know. I'm going back to Mississippi. I'll do that every year. You know what, guys? I'm going to be transparent with you. Like the Finding Bigfoot guys don't like me. I don't have much good to say about them either. We're very different. I'm not, I can be happy about the way they publicized Bigfoot and got the word out there and listened to people's stories. That's great. But they lied and they cheated. And the name of this should be enough. The name of their production companies was called Snake Oil Productions. That's what Finding Bigfoot was. It was a snake oil production. I'm not kidding this up. I didn't make this up. I signed the contract because they came and did a show with me called Snake Oil Productions. Hi, sign the dotted line. We won't lie to you and cheat you and steal from you. And they do. So, but anyways, when those people are there, they don't want me there. So, and that's fine with me. But they're everywhere. You see all these Finding Bigfoot guys at all the seminars and stuff. And yeah, we don't see eye to eye whatsoever. So, and I'll be honest, I'm not the only person. Survivor Man ain't never going to work with Cliff Backerman, and Cliff would love to work with Survivor Man. It's not going to happen because we do documentary style work. Our stuff is documentary style TV or movies. My movie's a documentary. They lie and cheat and twist things around and turn it, and they do all the things that are very, and not them, but the producers did that. The people that did Finding Bigfoot did that, and their perspective is it's not my fault. This is exactly what happened. Actually, I'll tell you. One of the people approached Survivor Man, and Les is like, I saw your show, and it's everything that I'm against as a filmmaker, as a human being, what you did. And they went, well, it's not my fault, it's the producer. And Les went, hey baby, why don't you take some responsibility for what you did and what you partook in? You didn't do one season, you did 7 seasons, and you knew they were doing that stuff that's unethical and being inappropriate like that. I mean, here's a little secret about Finding Bigfoot. If you're part of the BFRO, it's a BFRO show, your footage is real. If you're not part of the Bigfoot research organization, oh, he's a fog, he's a fake. Big shocker, right? So, but I would do a lot more seminars. But the seminars are going to happen when I do Discovering Bigfoot seminars. I can go do seminars where I talk and I just bring my people, because every state I go to, there are so many people that are on board, and I am boots on the ground. I am get out in the bush and kick some ass, right? Some people don't do that at all. They think they're just going to go whoop and bang their wood a few times, and the Sasquatch are going to jump on and go, hey, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. It's preposterous. Anybody who knows about real research, real gorilla research, real chimpanzee research, real orangutan research, all that stuff, you can't do it the way, unless you're boots on the ground, getting dirty, like Jane Goodall's a monster, Diane Fossey was a beast. She was in the bush, man. You saw her grinding. She's out there in it. That's how you get it done, right? That's who I work with. Those are my people. Survivor Man is an absolute icon for a reason. The guy is amazing. He really does that. In case you didn't know, Survivor Man is absolutely real. 100%. He contrives nothing. The man is that tough. He goes out. Survivor Man 7 days wasn't enough. The Maniac went out and did 10 days. Who does that? 10 days? Hope it works out for you. And he does multiple episodes. So if he does 4 episodes of Survivor Man 10 days, that's 40 days and nights alone in the wilderness. Figure it out and live. That's how tough that dude is. That dude is tough, man. Like, I don't think you'll ever meet. You may never meet another human being in your whole life that can do that and has that kind of credentials, right? And I'm honored to say that's who I work with. That's who I have worked with. That's who I will work with. Those are my people. So would you say the Sasquatches are lightning fast? They're so fast. This is Cherie, spelled weird. Chicory Ray. Well, Miss Ray. Yeah, they're ridiculously fast. I'm going to talk about I can actually do it probably. Let's see if I can do it. Can you hear that? That's how fast they are. That's what you hear them when they run by. Is that fast? You see that thing going by? If a Sasquatch was here, that's how fast he would go. I'm not exaggerating. See this? Here's slow motion Sasquatch. Here's how fast they go. Right? What was that flash? That's how fast they are. They I have eyewitness accountings that show they may be the fastest terrestrial being on the planet, right? Because, well, I'll tell you real quick, I have an excellent accounting and trackway of a Montana incident where a Sasquatch chased down, uh, we call them speed sheep. What are they, antelope? I only know the indigenous people's name. The locals call them speed sheep. They're the fastest terrestrial animal in North America. They're arguably faster than cheetahs because they can maintain maybe, so cheetah goes, let's say 72 miles an hour. They can hit 70 miles an hour, but they maintain it for 10 minutes. A cheetah maintains it for 10 seconds. So over a greater distance, they're the fastest terrestrial animal in the world, and a Sasquatch ran one down and gave it a head start. So and I find this accounting and other experiences I've had to all substantiate that kind of speed, and it doesn't make sense in the biology, and I know there's been nothing like that, and I know what all those people are saying. It can't, but those are my findings, and that's my hypothesis based on what I've witnessed and other people I trust have witnessed. That is amazing. So fast. Even the worst thing is that really throws the equation out the window is I've seen them have endurance to run down an elk and speed to catch an antelope. That can't work. You can't have the endurance and the speed. You can't have the best endurance and the best speed. That doesn't make any sense. And I've seen both in the biology. Maybe it's as simple as some of them are fast, some of them are built for speed, and other ones can do the distance. Human beings are like that, right? We have sprinters, we have long distance people, but amazing. That's why this discovery is so important, because these Sasquatch are that amazing. Question from Dr. I can't pronounce that, Roca. Can't we just call ourselves Doug or Bob or Andy, Matt, Sarah, Dana? I like those names. Why can't it be Dr. Dana Roca? I know I'm difficult. Question: do you think, this is thick, that they smell different because they use a lot of weeds and different things to avoid getting sick, pain, mosquitoes, etc.? Holy, that is such a good question. Well, first, the first part of the question is smell different. You mean each Sasquatch smells different? I would say no. They all have that gorilla smell. I mean, I've smelled them in, how far south have I been that I've smelled them? Huh. Maybe not really that far south. I don't think I've ever smelled a Sasquatch outside of lower than Montana. So I'm not really a good guy to ask. But I'll tell you, all the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch that I've smelled, which is not a lot, they all smell very gorilla-like. Like it's a smelly gorilla smell, but it's a gorilla smell. But what I like about this question is, do you think they smell different? So, and then, but let's go this one, because they eat a lot of weeds and different things to avoid getting sick, pain, mosquitoes. That is absolutely. I remember being out. It's in my documentary. I have a little quick thing I say where the mosquitoes are bugging me and there's a Sasquatch following me, and I go, I wonder if the bugs are getting to him too. I don't think so, because if I eat lemongrass, if I put lemongrass in my drink, and when I perspire, the mosquitoes stay away from me, and the Sasquatch know that. And absolutely, they're gonna eat different things to avoid getting sick and pain. I, I'm I'm I've become very convinced that Native American medicine is based on what Sasquatch has been teaching them. So that's my theory, and I'm going to talk about it transparently. I believe that the Native American spirituality with the Great Spirit and the connection of nature is taught to them by the Sasquatch, and I believe their medicines and survival skills and hunting skills have all been taught to them by the Sasquatch. That I am in a powerful support of. So a lot to think about, right? Titsu Kalu speaks, and I'm terribly sorry for mispronouncing that, because that's a beautiful word. It's a native. We have that out here, Uh, how do they pronounce it? Anyways, I'm gonna botch it, but that person asks, Kalu speaks, maybe Jane is not fully grown yet. No, Jane is fully grown, man. So I filmed Jane in, what was that, 2009, and I didn't have a good knowledge of her trackway. But I would say in 2009, I mean, she wasn't small. She was pretty big when I filmed her. I know because I was there and I could do a size comparison. Her head is bigger than mine. Like Jake's head's like this big, and Jane's head was about that big. So, but even if she was only, let's say she was really young, like there's no way she was 12 years old. She had to be older than that. Let's say she was just 12, which is way too conservative. She was more likely 15. But if she was 12 in 2009, and it's, 2022 now, I saw her trackway and I've been watching her trackway remain the same, remain the 14.5 inch track that it is. It was 14.5 inches in 2012 and it's 14.5 inches in 2021. So she hasn't, that's just her track size. So she's reached full maturity. She has breasts. Um, she looks fully mature, right? So, but she's definitely, good question, but she is fully grown now, and I can substantiate that. So, how's it going? It's going excellent, Dale. Barefooter, South Carolina. Hello, Amy. Cool. I know what you mean, barefooter. Barefooting, guys, is something that people, human beings, should really do. Walk around barefoot in nature and reconnect it. So, what Amy is telling me, one outdoorsman to another, is she's a barefooter in South Carolina, and I love it. People don't do it. I walk my children across a field here in the middle of the city, barefoot, touching that grass, and people look at me like I'm some kind of alien because they don't have cool shoes on. Not about being cool. It's about connecting to the earth. It's a beautiful grass out there. There's trees. It's an open like soccer field, and I walk barefoot across it. As soon as it's even cold out, I walk bare feet to get my feet in the cold and stuff, and because it's wonderful to connect with nature like that, guys. And don't worry about what people think about you. People come laugh at me. Hey, what are you doing? What, you can't afford any shoes? I heard that a couple times. Yeah, I can. I got nice shoes, but I can't afford to not connect to nature. And we'll see who has the last laugh in the end when I am healthy and connected to the earth. And it really, like, doctors are literally prescribing this to people: go walk around barefoot to balance your energy out. So I'm deeply balanced. And if they knew I did Sasquatch research, then they'd really have a laugh, right? Hey, I'm a Sasquatch researcher. You think the barefoot's bad? I'm a Sasquatch research dude. You better sit down. I know Sasquatch are real. Hey, I got a picture of them on my phone here. Now, how crazy do you think I am? Forget all about walking around barefoot. So, I'm curious to hear more about the shaman Bigfoot. I'm a Native American myself, and I've seen things that most people can't comprehend. Oh, what else can I tell you? Let me just tell you to start. This is what it started with. So, you know how Native people taught white people, that's why we do Thanksgiving, how to hunt deer. And one of the things, the first thing they taught is Toestep heel. Boom, 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 boom. That's a way to walk. So, because deer and elk are going to hear you walking, you're not going to sneak up on them. But if they hear you walking, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, they think you're a horse or a deer or a moose or an elk. And they don't care. They just keep eating because it's just an ungulate. If you walk step, 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 they know you're a person. They know you're a predator. They get the hell out of there. But people don't walk that way very well because it's toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. We look kind of funny when we do it. Boom, boom. And the natives do that. Boom, 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 boom. It's part of like duck dives. It's all part of tracking and being in the wilderness and being a great hunter. That step that they do, it's a hunting technique. It's not just a dance. It's beautiful. I love it. However, you know who does that really well anatomically? The Sasquatch do. And man, do they do it. Their feet are built for that. That mid-tarsal joint that Jeff Meldrum talks about, it's perfectly designed for it. So when they do thump thump, it's nothing. It's a fluid motion because they have a mid-tarsal joint, not a ball and a heel. We go ball, heel, ball, heel. We actually have to stomp our ball. They don't. They just put their front half of their foot down, boom, and their back half, boom, boom, boom. So that was one of the things that started to cue me is, man, we're doing a lot of stuff like Bigfoot would do, right? And the medicine that I've seen them that they've performed on my leg, just lots of stuff, survival techniques, berries that they give me. I think they were giving me berries to help me with my cold, for God's sake, you know. And then I found out there's a, what was it called? There's a famous medicine that comes from native people, and I was like, man, that's what the Sasquatch were doing. It's like Chakota medicine or something. There's a really a wonderful native man who talks about it. And anyways, I saw that medicine was what the Sasquatch were doing. Like, man, who's teaching this? Who's learning this? And then of course I hear the native people, many of them calling the Sasquatch. Sasquatch means wild teacher, wild master. So the different dialects, the different names for Sasquatch that I've heard. It's that reverence for nature. Well, why would native people who are amazing in nature, who are ecologically awesome, like had true equilibrium in the environment, like we don't, lived off the lands and from the animals. How could a people so well adapted and so amazing in the wilderness call the Sasquatch the wild teachers, the wild masters? So you're gonna have to figure that out for yourself, right? But start putting one and one together, and realize how amazing the Sasquatch have to be, not just to survive, but to successfully evade us. Like I can bring out the best native trackers in the world. I've worked with the elite top trackers that'll follow anything, anywhere. They're not following any Sasquatch, boy. You don't verse them. You don't verse a Sasquatch any more than you verse nature. You verse nature, you're done. Nature will get you. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get us. If we don't start connecting it, if we don't start loving nature, it's gonna get rid of us as a species. And you better understand that. People care about the environment, you better. Because if you wreck it, we are not going to survive. But you know what? Nature will. I guarantee you. If the next species has to be evolved from a cockroach and nuclear waste, nature is going to make it. So believe it. Doesn't matter how much we wreck and destroy this planet, nature is going to own it. Nature will come back. Nature will find a way. And the question is, will we save the environment and connect with nature in time? And that's why I do this. That's what this is all about, is that. So go out, and if you go out, Raymond, and start changing your perspective, find a group of Sasquatch, want to learn, love nature, and they'll just come around. So, and because they love nature so much, they love to share it. They want to. I just get it. I've talked about it a lot before. So, Todd is a full-time Sasquatch researcher. Please support the cause. Thank you, Andy, with a donation. So you can make a donation, because I do Sasquatch research. And if you are very passionate about it and you want to support this research, then please do. The links are right there. You can go to Patreon and make a monthly donation, or you can go to my website and do it through PayPal. I have lots of people that make donations. And to all of you who make donations, I'm immensely grateful for all your support, because I truly love this topic. I truly love this research. And this is all I do. I'm doing this show, right, because of the support I get. So hello, Robert Taylor. There's Fast Sherry, he says. Hello, everyone, from another Sasquatch lover. Hello, Elizabeth. We are Sasquatch lovers. Some of us, aren't we? All it takes is one. Thank you, Belty Pagan. Jake T. Hey, Todd. When you doing to plan the release? There you go. I answered that question. 4 months. In 2 months-ish, in approximately 2 months, the footage will be given to a distribution company. And then I would think in 3 or 4 months, they'll release it, because they want more and they're going to get it. Oh, yes, they will get it. Bigfoot is real. Thank you very much, Christian Carvajal. Thank you very much. There's the doctor again, Dr. Big Word Roca. You think they smell different because they use different plants as repellent for mosquitoes, for pain, and I don't have enough information. It would be irresponsible for me to make those assumptions. But if I can do it, this is what I would say. And I can't do what a Sasquatch does. So, and you know what I saw from my native teacher? Oh my God, the stuff he could do, the things that he knew that are lost forever when he passed away. It breaks my heart. You want to see me get upset about something. Man, he didn't have time enough to pass on all the information and knowledge and amazing native culture and connectivity and understanding. It's gone forever. And that's why I'm doing this show. That's why I do the documentaries. That's why I talk so much about this because I want everything in me to come out. I don't want anything to get missed. That's why I'm teaching people. I'm teaching Kyle, I'm teaching Ashley. I teach Matt and Bob and Darren. Like, we're friends, we're colleagues, and we teach each other because all that information has to get out there. I can't let it, I'll write it in books. I'll put it everywhere. I'll pump it out there, guys, because we can't lose that information. And it's despicable as a species that my teacher had so much more to teach, and it's at least half of what he knew is gone forever, will never be recovered. You want to talk about heartbreaking? every every year or two we lose a language in native culture, like gone. A language becomes extinct. I've seen three happen in my lifetime, and my teacher was one of them. He spoke a language that is now extinct, a beautiful language, extinct. How awful is that? It's heartbreaking. Culture is being lost, and it's not acceptable. So that's another reason why I'm out there talking and getting this stuff out there, guys. Todd, Jacob, and Jake here. Hey, guys, can you give us, sure, I just gave you a shout out again. Thanks, buddy. We'll think of some questions. Well, actually, I'll answer a question because Phil asked me about this. So, Phil, you asked me, you guys called and said, Phil, why did he name him Jacob? I have no reason that I named him Jacob and Jay. It started out with Jane and John, like John Doe, Jane Doe. You know what okay, this is actually cool. I don't know if I ever talked about this. So I started this research to be very scientist and very keep my distance. These are the subjects, and I'm the researcher, and keep it very surgical and put my gloves on and keep a distance. That's what Jake and Jane and John and all these, that's why these names started that way, because I was going to keep it very generic and keep my distance. It didn't work. It's not going to work. This discovery won't happen. And I've realized that with Jane Goodall and Diane Fossey. I mean, when Digit was murdered, Diane Fossey lost her mind, like just went crazy. Like it destroyed her, especially because they took his head off and took his hands. That really happened, guys. Her beloved Digit, who she loved and had a relationship with, was murdered for his hands and his head. It just broke her heart. It destroyed her. And my point is that with these names is I was going to try to keep it where I was separate, and I can't, and I won't, and I don't want to, because I am passionate about this discovery. I love this species. I treasure the work that I do. I'm so grateful for all the support that I get. So grateful. Really, really grateful. I'm grateful for all of you that tune in and ask these questions, that push me. But it's very heartfelt. How could you not? How can you keep it separate? Can a doctor do that? Is that a good doctor? Or this is just my patient and I don't get attached, so when they die I don't care. I don't want to live like that. So maybe there's a good reason for it in medicine, and that's cool. I accept that. Not for me. I don't work that way. I'm very passionate. I really love this species. I treasure this species. You know, and you get attached. I make sacrifices. I love my children. I love my family. I don't see them for, I don't know how many weeks a year. I do. What have I got this year? Like 10 expeditions, so 70 days I don't get to be with my beautiful daughter and my amazing son. I love and adore them and treasure them, but they know dad has a purpose, and dad is fighting for the betterment of this beautiful planet. So just even that I'm sacrificing that for my children. I could be home with them every day. I could have a 9 to 5 job. I could do that. That's what I did before. I could be doing that, but I don't, because I this needs to happen. And just even that sacrifice alone, if you don't get personal about it, then just go do something else. That's just the way I feel. I would just go do one of the 100 other jobs I can do. I'm very well adapted. I have plenty of work that I can do. I'm a well-educated, intelligent human being. There's lots of jobs for me, but I do this because I'm passionate about it, because I'm connected to it. Because if somebody killed a Sasquatch, I would cry. If I saw that, I saw a body come back, it would bring tears to my eyes. I would be heartbroken. So no two ways about it. The day that happens, some guy comes back and I see a Sasquatch lying there dead, it's gonna break my heart. Like, to that somebody shot one or killed one or fought off one and murdered it. It's gonna hurt my feelings, and it's part of the reason I do this work, and I'm fighting for the betterment of this discovery, because I don't want that kind of ignorance to happen. It doesn't have to be that way. So Donna says, do you think you would push the envelope and verse Sasquatch again to get an eyewitness and Fish and Wildlife agreed? Yeah. So with you, demand a so I know what Donna's talking about. I get it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that again. I don't want to. but I might push the envelope again. So I just there's a lot to think about with that. So I'll tell you what, if I'm not in tune to do that right now because we're doing so great. Because things are moving so fast forward. We're getting such exceptional results right now. So many sightings, so many live interactions. They're getting so close to us. They're taking apples, leaving us structures, communicating with us like crazy. I mean, they came up to the fire. They got within, if you saw that video with Gabrielle, what were they, 10 yards away from us? And then he threw a rock down at our feet to get our attention. I mean, we're getting results here, people. This is ridiculous. And I don't pull any punches. This is happening. Like they're out there, they're reacting, interacting with us. It's amazing what's going on. It is amazing, mind blowing. So I'm not gonna. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I've never seen results like this. Most people don't believe me because I mean, what the hell you mean? What do you mean people are 80% are live interacting with them, and 1 in 3 actually see one? Those are my numbers. It's legit. So it's amazing. So, but if this year doesn't precipitate great, then I will. I'm prepared to do that if necessary. I don't think it'll be necessary. This cooperation has become so powerful, and it's growing. I have juggernauts now working with me, brilliant men and women that are powerful connections. Like there's the best in the world keep showing up. I'm telling you, I worked with the best in the world. That was John Bernardo, Les Stroud, and Jeff Meldrum. Best in the world. That's who I worked with. And that's still happening. Those great men and women like that are showing up, fighting for this discovery, believing in it. And we're doing awesome. I'm so happy with where we are. So, Kevin, taught to think that Sasquatches can weigh over 1,000 pounds. Yeah, let's say just under 1,000. Let's say around 1,000 pounds. And just can they be heavier and taller? Sasquatches. What's the heaviest Sasquatch you think you've seen? So the biggest, heaviest Sasquatch I think I've ever seen. Yeah, he was had to be just under 10 feet tall, like maybe 9 foot 11, 9 foot 10. Yeah, at least 9 foot 10. Must have been. He was 1,000 pounds. So, and I'm saying that conservatively. He was at least 1,000 pounds. So, and he was at least 9 foot 10. He was a male that came in and fought the dominant male in the Wild Bunch troop that I study in film. So Jake's dad, and Jake's dad won. So Jake's dad isn't as big. I'm making this comparison because he was taller than Jake's dad. He was bigger than Jake's dad. But if you watch the UFC or if you know, just because you're bigger doesn't mean you're tougher. And he lost that altercation. So, but he was definitely taller, bigger. Yeah, I could see it for sure. That's the biggest I've ever seen. Hello from Florida. May I send you oranges to see if they like them as well as apples, please? How would we do that? I don't think you can't. The lines between Canada, you can't bring fruit in here. You can't do that stuff. You need special permits. So I can get oranges. I mean, I can find a supplier and get oranges. That's interesting because they could peel that and have a good orange. That's a good. Let me think about that, please. I've tried to give them strawberries. They didn't take them. Strawberries grow indigenously, and I gave them big strawberries, not indigenous strawberries, but well, grown strawberries from a farmer. They never touched them. They only take the apples. So, can Bigfoot be friends with bears? Huh. I, I couldn't tell you that. I have no idea. I have no evidence of a Sasquatch befriending any animal ever. And I would theorize. I mean, you can't. There's going to be a Sasquatch that likes a bear. There's people that like bears. The Sasquatch are different individuals, but as a general rule, what I see with the Sasquatch is they live in only the strong survive. If a cub doesn't have his mom, the baby dies. That's what I see. I see them living in an ecology. They kill baby elk, they kill adult elk, they kill baby deers. You know, they are survivors. They eat. They love the deer. They love the elk, and they kill them with their bare hands and eat them. So, you know, and 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 only the strong survive with Sasquatch. So, for the most part, I've seen exceptions to that too. But yeah, someone sent in an experience to how to hunt recently. A hunter heard noise behind, turned around to see a large Sasquatch holding a black bear by the neck against a tree. So he shot a bear. It walked off. Good. It's good to hear. I get accountings all the time, guys, but I don't really talk about them until I have some kind of reason to substantiate it or reason to, you know. Anyways, just my thing. Hi Todd. Hi everyone. Hello Kelly. Pensacola, Florida. Hello. Kyle and Craig. So this is kind of cool. So Kyle, who's from New York, now lives in Florida. Craig, who lives here in Alberta, flew out to hang out with Kyle and go do a Sasquatch expedition in Florida. Awesome! Like I'm so proud of those guys, and they had some good results. And they're gonna send me they sent me the footage for it. So I think that's so cool. Hello from Chile. Hello Chile. I love South America. Saved the human from the bear attack. Saved the human. Wow, that's good. So Tutskula Speaks says that maybe a Sasquatch saved a human from a bear attack. So thank you. Someone says you're freaking amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, there's Kyle. Speaking of, like, what was I, like 2 lines up? There's Kyle. Hey, hope all is well, Todd. Everything is well. Hello, Lars. All it takes is, I believe, is one believer. Yeah, but we have way more than that, don't we? Okay, thanks, Todd, for the explanation. You're welcome, Ken. Hey, Todd, Ricardo live, Montreal. Is there any sightings in the Quebec province? Yeah, there is. There's even some coastal natives in Quebec. I was supposed to go out and do stuff with them, and they just jammed out on me, unfortunately. I was really excited to get out there and do some work on a reserve with some really cool native people, but it didn't happen. Hey, Todd, Connecticut. Thank you, Connecticut. You're awesome. Norma Comics. Hey, Todd, I have a question for you. How old do you think Sasquatch generally live? And I think 50 to 60 years. So I've talked about that quite a few times. Just even dentition, teeth rot, and they're not supernatural in a way that maybe they are, but I don't support that theory. So, hey Todd, hey Melbourne, Australia, and the Yowie. Hi Todd, you ever received a Survivor Man's audio recording from the mountain top where he forgot? Oh yeah, I totally got that back, and I just gave it back to him. I don't know if they reviewed it or not. I didn't hear anything from it. So, he got it back. I think but you know what he did? He said keep the audio recorder and just send me the SD card. He's always cool like that with me. Survivor Man is he's amazing. So sent you an email today. Hope you hear from you. This is from B Jackson. Thank you for the email, Todd. Where are Sasquatch scent glands? Oh, on the forearms? I don't know, Andy. I've actually seen a gorilla scent gland open up on the neck and yellow urine like drip out of it. So they actually, like, you can see them open and close. Like I saw a gorilla get mad, pissed off, and that urine came out. But scent glands, it's probably so similar to us. They just will sweat from the same way. It's going to be just very similar to us. So armpits are going to be a big spot, just off the back and the body. I would likely think that. So when Jake blinks in the video of him, his blink looks robotic or artificial. I agree. Is there any reason for that? Or maybe I'm totally wrong. No. What happened? I don't like that either. It does. It looks kind of like. But what happened was I had a zoologist send me a video from a polar bear who was chilling out in a zoo. So this zoologist works in a zoo. There's polar bears there. And he said, he said, the polar bear blink. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, this looks so mechanical. Because when the polar bear are relaxing and chilled out, and they're a cold weather animal with a special kind of eyelid, he showed me the blink. He sent me a video of a polar bear blinking. It looked so robotic. And he asked me, was Jake chilling out? And the answer is yes. Jake wasn't in an emergency situation. Jake was very chilled out, very relaxed, and he gave and he's a big winter primate, and he gave a blink that just looked like a polar bear. So that's I don't know what else to tell you. I don't do robotics. Nobody's ever accused me of having a robot head out there. Right? Like no one's even ever people preposterously accused me of being having a mask on, which is hilarious because Jake's head is like that big, right? His eyes are like that big, like 3 times the size of mine, and you could still put 2 eyes in between his eyes, and it just his proportions are just completely non-human, completely. So just so you know, like Thinker Thunker, who's quite famous, did a video about that, trying to put my head in there, and it's idiotic, people. It's absolutely stupid. I did a video too, where there was a little girl sitting on top of Andre the Giant, and I morphed her head into his. And I go, look, it's not really Andre the Giant. It's that little girl in a mask. Like, it's just a stupid thing to do. You can morph anybody's. I can morph my head into a damn gorilla. You know what I mean? It's stupid. You just move the proportions around, make my head wider, and my head was made wider. And I have a look at that, guys. Where's the camera? Let's have a look. Blue eyes with white sclera. Like, Jake has dark brown eyes, or like he's got the black pupil with looks like a brown sclera. Like it's nothing like me. It's just it's so stupid. I'm not even going to tell you anything else. It's the dumbest. When a colleague of mine, the first day it came out, this theory came out so long ago. Must have been like, gosh, 9 years ago. The first dumbass morphed my head into it, and they were all, "Oh, this is even." I lost friends over that. Like colleagues were like, "Man, that's clearly your head now." I'm like, Are you freaking kidding me?" Like the stupidest. That's just so stupid. Like, come up with something better. It was just so dumb. But yeah, it's not animatronics. It's a real Sasquatch. So, and I'm fearless about it. I remember people, even myself, the first time I saw it and looked at that footage, I'm like, man, I always think this. Maybe I shouldn't put that out there because it doesn't look. But screw it. It is real. That's the end of conversation. I just throw. This is all the reasons not to put out, and I go, toss it. It's real. What are you worried about? Eventually, people are gonna know. There's some photographs of Jane. The photos of Jane are terrible. She looks like an Ewok. It's awful. The video is amazing because I know how to use that video camera. But when the water and the snow was melting, dripped down on my camera, and my lens got wet, I dropped my damn camera and took out the other camera. I don't know how to use it. It had the wrong settings on it. Set for low light, taking photographs in direct sunlight. She looks terrible. But again, my colleague said, don't put it out there. And I said, here's all the reasons to not put it out there. And I went, I don't care. It's a real footage. Let them look at it. I don't care. So I know it's real. I know I don't do animatronics. I don't, you know. The other dumbass thing was my sister is a special effects makeup artist. And I'm laughing about that. I literally have to bust a gut laughing because Discovery Channel was going to do a show on me. And they went, okay, this was years ago. They came back and said, well, can you prove your sister's not a special effects makeup artist? Because that's a pretty solid theory. It was going around like crazy. People were saying it like crazy. There were idiots that saying, we know she's a special effects makeup artist. And so you know what I actually did? I actually went to my sister and I got her to produce a T4 or an income tax statement of the past 7 years of all the jobs she's worked at. And I gave that to them. I said, look, for 7 years, she's got nothing. She does nothing. She works nowhere in there. She works in oil industry as, she does secretarial work at the time. So I gave them that and they go, oh, so Discovery Channel came back and said, oh, you did do that. And she's never worked at any, like, I can't call every damn special effects. How do you call a special effects makeup place that does that and say, hi, can you tell me that my sister, whatever her name is, Chantel, has never worked there? So I'd have to get letters from every place to say that she's never worked there or gone to school there. Anyways, Discovery Channel came back to me and said, well, this is only 7 years. Can you do 10? And I said, no. I'm going to give this finger, but there's another finger I was going to give. I was like, you know what? Kiss my ass. Screw you. I'm not doing the show. I'm not playing this game. This is just stupidity. My sister's not a special effects makeup artist. What the hell? Neither's my dad, neither's my mom. Maybe my son, he's a special effects makeup artist. He's 13, whatever. Just say whatever crap you want. It's up to me to disprove it. What the hell kind of stupid crap is that? Prove she's what the hell? Where's she ever worked? One dude called me and said, wow, she's a great special effects makeup artist. We'll give her a job. I was calling my sister. I go, man, you should go get a job. This major company wants to work with you. She goes, Todd, are you joking? Well, you might as well get some money from it. Just show up and get the paycheck. And when you get there, you have no knowledge. You won't know what the hell to do. But I don't know. It's so stupid, guys. The preposterous crap you hear. And what they've learned is, there's an old expression, just keep throwing poop. People don't say poop until something sticks. So They accused my dad of dating a woman who owned a fabric store. Oh my God, the other things were just so stupid, I can't even remember them. Like my dad, he's a fake, one idiot who's quite famous in the Sasquatch community, very famous for many years. This idiot was going around saying, well, his dad dated my his dad dated a woman who owned a fabric store. They told it to Jeff Meldrum, this idiot. Why are you working with him? His dad dated a woman who owned a fabric store. He's a proven hoaxer. Oh no, the guy started out saying he's a proven hoaxer. He's a proven hoaxer. Jeff's like, what did he do? What proof do you have? And the guy's, well, his dad dated a woman who owned a fabric store. And you know what's even crazier? I actually went to my dad. Did you ever date a woman who owned a fabric store? He's like, no. So we had a theory about that idiocy, but it's just like these things. They get a lifeblood, and you get someone like Thinker Thunker who seems to do good work, but he's not. He stole my footage. He didn't ask me for it. He's a thief. So, and then he did a bogus video that's stupid. If you look at the damn video, he puts it's a half of my head with a Sasquatch, and with all the proportions, that ass, he's an ass. After moving all the proportions around of the Sasquatch to make him small and make me big, my nose still doesn't fit in there, matching up to my lip. So I put on a mask, and apparently I took my nose and ripped it off and surgically put it back on an inch up. And then after I was done, I ripped the nose off my face and shoved it back on, and has it. Like, how stupid is it? It's stupid, guys. Like, for God's sake, really look at that thing. Look at it. Look, it matches. But why is Todd's nose a half an inch down? And if he's got a damn mask on, how is his nose a half an inch up from where the lip is? Like, you still, after all you did, you couldn't match it? You're an idiot, Thinker Thunker. You should go think and thunk yourself somewhere else. So, and it's not cool to do stuff like that, because I am legit and it is real footage. And if he's saying that my face matches in there, he's a liar. And I don't have any sympathy for lying, deceitful crap behavior. You've got to understand, people. I have never been caught in any way, shape, or form exaggerating or blowing it out of proportion. Nothing like that. When I say something, it's real. It's legit. I have to be that way. I have colleagues, and even like John Bitternagel and Jeff Meldrum, that have been around for so long. If they ever caught me lying or me saying something wrong or changing my story, they'd be done with me. They'd never speak with me again. That has never happened, because I'm not telling stories. These are my life's experiences. And I vividly remember them because I went through that crap. That was real. So, this is my life. And so yeah, that's the way it is. So, hello, Todd. Greg from Indiana. Roger says, I've seen a bear track right beside a Bigfoot track. Okay. I've seen 3 Bigfoot in Colville Forest. Well, I'd love to hear about that. Send it to me, Roger. What happened and what's going on? If you've seen 3 Bigfoot, they have to be showing themselves to you. There has to be something special about you. If you've truly seen 3 Sasquatch, and did you see them all at once? Or have you seen them 3 different times? If you've seen them 3 different times, they're showing themselves to you, and there's something special about you, and they're trying to communicate with you. And you should really take that to heart, because that is a wonderful gift. What reaction do you think Beating's one chest would be? Oh, I've seen lowland gorilla. Yeah. It is. It's grim. It's definitely gorilla behavior. I wouldn't do it. Don't try to challenge. I don't challenge the Sasquatch. They're so much bigger, stronger, faster, smarter than me. I do not make a challenge to them. I'm very humble. I'm very hubris. I want to learn from them. And you know how pathetic we are? Are you kidding me? Like the stuff that they do, the boom they make when they stomp their foot in the ground. Like, we don't have heavy equipment that can do that. Maybe if you lifted up a truck and dropped it or something, I don't know. They're so powerful. They're so amazing. I'm there in their reverence, if that makes sense. Like, I am so humble. I'm there in their reverence. They're my incredible, amazing teachers. I don't, even that's kind of like, that's, it's an arrogant thing. That's not me out there with my teachers. I'm just so humble. I'm so grateful when they come around. I have such good positive energy. So I would never do that ever. I'm telling you this because I thought about it. I've put thought into this. Tree breaks in a straight line, all point in the same direction. Keep out, don't come in here. What does it mean? Yeah, I'm working on that, right? This is Shadow Guardian. So my theory is, don't go past that. That's all I know. And when I go past it, they don't generally get really upset with me. So maybe it means it's Sasquatch habitat over there. Have respect for it. So um, yeah. So here's filthy with that. Will you criticize other people for not having a beginning and end to the video as well? No, no, no. It's not like that. No, no. People want to see the camera come up, position into focus. Well, but it's all there. I'm telling you, that's my camera turned on. And I've talked about this a lot. I have 2 more seconds. I'm not putting that out there because other asses come along and claim, because I've been in a court of law. Some ass complains and says that's his footage, and it's not. So I have to keep that out. But when I talk about someone not having, like when I see a Sasquatch walking along, you're probably talking about that last video I had about a month ago, where you see a Sasquatch walking and then there's no video, and then you see him walking over here. Where's the in between? I have nothing like that. Here's the beginning where I turn the camera on. Here's the end when I turn it off, and I have no regrets for that. None. That's the way it had to be. To this day, I could say maybe it's a mistake I made, but it wasn't a mistake. It's the camera I had. It was the right thing to do. The shots that you're seeing were not the shots I wanted. Those weren't the shots I was going after. I wanted the full body movement. That's what I was fighting for. And I'm telling you, I've been out there, guys, like even with Kubota, where I got that shot of Kubota. All my cameras are dead because I've had the cameras on so much. I have no I literally got the shots of Kubota by taking one battery out, taking the other dead battery, and getting 10 more seconds of footage out of Kubota. Battery power is a real thing. I don't have a magic ability to make batteries. Once those batteries are done, I could dump the camera. Might as well throw the camera in the garbage, pull the card out. It's worthless. I can't film anything. You can't imagine the stuff that I would have gotten after I went up there where Kubota was, and I would have got the most incredible sick footage ever. But camera's done. Cameras are dead. No more power. Power bye-bye. And it's gonna happen. You're gonna end your when I'm out there for 7 days and I have no ability to charge my camera. See, these are things that people just don't get. Survivor Man gets it. If Survivor Man was there right now, he'd be like, "Oh my God, Todd, are they still doing that? Oh my God," because they don't understand. He understands because battery life is limited, and you can't charge it when you're out in the backcountry. And when there's a Sasquatch there and you're having an 8-hour standoff, you keep the damn battery on for 8 hours. You do. That's just the way it is. You don't turn the camera off. There was a Sasquatch there. I was trying to film for 8 hours. Battery's dead. Go home. Or anything that happens doesn't happen anymore. That's the reality of what I do. It's real. This isn't done in the city. This isn't done in a lab. I'm not reading a book and telling you about it. I'm out there, boots on the ground, doing it, battling for this discovery, right? So it's very different when you're out there. And that's one of the things I loved about Survivor Man. He just shakes his head and goes, "Are you kidding me? Are they saying that to you, Todd?" Like, because they just don't understand. And he gets it. Your cameras get wrecked. They go through crap. They get broken. The lenses get dirty. Weather kicks its ass. It's just there's so many things that people like doing real wilderness. Like I can talk to other wilderness photographers like, "Oh my God, man, this time I had this happen." They all get it. For me, I'm always trying to explain it to people and they just don't understand. So hi Toad. Hi Todd. I called myself Toad. Hey Todd, Jody from Cape Cod. Are there Bigfoots in Massachusetts? In the Adirondacks there are. So I have a really wonderful supporter from Cape Cod who sent me jelly and t-shirts, not this one, just lobsters. I'm so grateful for that. Do you think they see ultraviolet light? I would never say that. I doubt it. Just a couple more questions, guys. Todd, I've been following you for a while now. Love it. Your pride. Thank you. Enjoyment in this. Me and my team are looking to discovering Bigfoot here in TN, Tennessee. Do you have any advice for beginners? Yeah, go out there and love nature. Love nature, learn about nature, learn about the plants, learn about all the animals, read books. When you're not out there studying, go home, read books, listen to the bird sounds, learn all your animals, learn all your plants, learn to forage, connect with nature, and they will come around. So really important advice, guys. So tap into nature, tap into the wilderness, and when you're ready, when you're a great student and you're ready to go to the next level, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And that's the most important thing. That's Sasquatch Research 101, in my opinion. Love the land, love the nature, and it'll come to pass. So go out there with the hopes, right? Think about Sasquatch, know they're real. I'm not saying just ignore them, But look for the tree breaks, look for the tracks, listen to other people's sightings that you believe are authentic, and then just go love nature. You'll be foraging berries one day, and they'll want to, you'll pass a berry and go, I don't know if I should eat that, and they'll know, and they'll want to tell you, right? They'll want to teach you so many things. So, and learn from other people that love nature too, right? Talk to native people. They're gold, man. They are gold. They're very specially connected. I was in when I was in Mississippi. What's the name of gosh? Anyways, the native people that are there. I got to meet them. Man, that was one of my favorite things about the whole trip was meeting a native chief, and it was amazing. It's gold to me. Basically they tell me about Sasquatch. People think I'm this big expert and blah blah blah, and I do. I have a great deal of expertise, and I love what I do. But when a native man with tens of thousands of years of knowledge from his people living here comes to talk to me, I shut my mouth and I listen and I take notes. So, and they appreciate that and respect. So work with people that know. Work with, stand on the shoulders of other great men and women. So lots of advice. But anyways, that's the show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Throwback Thursdays tomorrow. Sasquatch Sunday is on Sunday. These videos are doing amazing. I'm so grateful for your support. Thank you very much for tuning in today, guys. And I will be back next Wednesday. As sure as corn chitlins in June. And I don't even know what that means. It's a Southern American expression. But I will be back. Until then, y'all take care.